Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is October the 27th, 2022, and I'm here for another story on breast cancer awareness. So with that being said, I'm going to get right into this one. It's quite lengthy, but a lot of powerful information for you. And I'm going to read it from my cell phone. So with that being said, bear with me just a minute. And it says, this is Debbie's story, finding community was exactly what she needed when she went through her diagnosis. So it says, when Debbie was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer in 2010, she knew her DNA had probably played a role in it. When Debbie was diagnosed in 2010, as a child, she was raised in Argentina. Debbie had lost her mother to breast cancer along with 3 of her aunts. So therefore, she has a strong genetic history. Debbie's oncologist referred her to a genetic counselor after reviewing her family history. The genetics counselor diagnosed Debbie with the BRCA gene mutation that increased her lifetime risk of breast cancer by 72%. For me, knowing is power, Debbie said. I was excited to know that they had found a reason for my cancer. At the beginning, I was really scared, but at that time, that was only telling me what I needed to do. Having lost her mother when she was just 13 years old, the most important thing for Debbie was that there were her sons to think about who were teenagers when she was diagnosed. Her kids were 13 and 14 back then, and the thought, this story cannot be happening again. I'm not going to do this like this. I'm going to do everything in my power just to be here for them and to create the many, many memories that a mom needs to for her boys. Doctors advised her to get a double mastectomy to treat the breast cancer and reduce her risk of any more further reoccurrences. This recommendation brought back strong memories of her childhood when she watched her mother go through this very same procedure. I went back to the images of my mom, who had a double mastectomy back in the 70s. She was there, but there was no reconstruction at that time. There was a very difficult time for her every time her mom would stand in front of the mirror and see those scars and see the damage that this cancer has done to her, stayed on her physically and emotionally. After the double mastectomy, it took a long time for me to process how I was going to look. My mobility, my flexibility, and being able to lift my arms. These are stories that you only hear about very rarely. She also went forward and had many more tests to decide on what else she needed to do. Debbie went ahead and went with a full hysterectomy as well. During these decades after her diagnosis, Debbie was hopeful for the future and grateful for the time that she had with as a mother that her mom and aunts didn't get. My mom didn't have a chance of surviving this, but by God, I do. Now we have a chance of surviving, and hopefully in my future, and my vision is one day to be able to find a cure for not just breast cancer, but all cancers. And I'm begging and pleading with each and every one of you today that's listening to my story, please get checked. Whether you have a history or not, the outcome is in your hands. Do it. So thank you for listening to this story today. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you back in the next video.